Hello, welcome to week 9 of Books Being Sick. I am Nick, and today we are going to the library. I'm going to take you along with me to our local central library. I'm lucky enough to live in a city that has about 22 libraries, but we're going to the biggest one today. The library is just something I'm trying to introduce into my life. I kind of buy way too many books, as I've mentioned a few times on here before. And my wife and I had a bit of a budgeting conversation a few days ago, and I think as everyone else is, we're just trying to spend way less money. So I've wanted to go to the library for some time anyways, but this is just kind of a good punch in the face to do it. So that's what we did. And I'm going to try and go to one new library every month, grab some books, read them, review them, take them back. And that's going to be kind of like a new routine for me that I'm excited about. So yeah, come along with me. We're gonna do this together. This is the Hamilton Central Library. It is huge. I was kind of ill prepared for how big this was going to be. It's about 5 levels, and it's a very, I want to say, is this like brutalist sort of architecture? I really enjoy it, whatever it is. Payphones. I had to take a video of the payphones because that's just a sign of a time gone by that I kind of miss. And this library is just massive. There's so many books here. I was pretty overwhelmed. I thought it was going to be pretty easy to just kind of run in, grab some things that caught my eye, and get out of there. But there were so many books that I had never even heard of before. So I spent a good amount of time just walking around here. There were a lot of Where the Crawdads Sing. That was a pretty popular book, I want to say, for a while. So makes sense they had an abundance. I'm trying to find the Stephen King section. I found Joe Hill right off the bat. Never heard of Strange Weather. I did put that back properly, I promise. And Black Phone, which is, I hear, quite good. But either way, we eventually found the Stephen King section, and I was kind of surprised because I thought this is such a massive library. They're going to have a massive Stephen King section. And maybe all the Stephen King books are just rented out, but they only had 2 Dark Tower books, Pet Sematary, which granted is one of the best Stephen King books ever, and they had Bazaar of Bad Dreams. And that was it. I was kind of surprised. No real one-off Stephen King books that you could just grab outside of Pet Sematary. I did really enjoy this. Richard Bachman, hilarious. I did find Larry McMurtry books here. Larry McMurtry is one of my favorite authors, so I was excited to see this little section. Thalia, a Texas trilogy. Not sure what that is. I've only really heard of the Lonesome Dove trilogy. This one fell. This is called The Desert Rose, which also looked pretty enticing, but they have this other one here called Folly and Glory. It looks like a one-off Larry McMurtry book, and it wasn't too long looking either. So I'm probably going to, I'll show you what I get at the end of here. But I'm probably going to grab that one. I think I'm going to grab that one anyways. More books everywhere. Libraries rule, dudes. You should really go check these places out. I sound like an idiot. I know. It's just so happy to kind of be changing up my book purchasing life and transitioning into the rental life of booking. It was cool to see how many sections there were where they had multiple copies of things to see what books were big and why they'd have an abundance of them. So many Michael Connelly books. So if you're a Michael Connelly fan, definitely check out your local library because you'll probably have a whole bunch. There were a lot of great seating areas, but there were a lot of people sitting in them. So I didn't want to be weird and take videos of that. So that's about all I got there. And yeah, we're going up to another level here. There are, again, 5 levels to this library. It is pretty massive. And the second level here, or the third level, whatever it was all kind of academics, mathematics, law stuff, which obviously I'm not really into, so I bypassed that. But I did have to go up to the top floor and get a video of this. These are 3D printers. I've never seen a 3D printer before, so I was just excited. And they had these legit photo printers. Like, these are really, really good printers that you can just use. This is kind of a whole makerspace they had up on the top level there, which was just amazing to me. I'm probably actually really gonna try to make an effort to go use that because I am a photographer, so why not? This is the level with all the academic stuff that, again, was not really for me, so I bypassed it pretty quickly. But beautiful light throughout this whole library. I got to show you this one. This book's called The End. Look at the size of this book. This would take me till the end to read this. It's absolutely massive. I don't know what that's about, but I only just grabbed it because of the sheer size of it. And yeah, so I'm going to show you what I get at the end here. There's, again, just an overwhelming amount of books. I did see this one that caught my eye. I thought the title was interesting and the cover was interesting. I never do this, but I looked it up on Goodreads, and it had like a 3.1, which is one of the lowest scores I think I've ever seen. So I did put it back. I don't want to be one of those people, but, I just I don't know. I maybe I'll still give it a go, but I ended up putting it back. I wanted to get this one too, just because the title enticed me. I didn't get that one either, though. And I also just wanted to show you this one because I thought this cover was really beautiful, kind of a photographic cover, and I love the outlay of that so much. Didn't grab that one either, though. I did grab these, and we'll head back to the office now, and I'll show you what I got. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Sorry if my commentary was really weird. I'm new. I'm new here. So I will show you the first one here. I did get that Folly and Glory book by Larry McMurtry. Not a clue what this one is about, but it is just a quick little Western, I want to say, from him. I'm hoping this is a one-off. It does say the Barry Bender narrative, so I don't know if this is part of a series or not, but hopefully that's a one-off, and I'm gonna give that one a go. I just really want to get another Larry McMurtry book under my belt, and that's the reason for that one. The next one I got, and this was in a hidden gem section, and the cover just kind of enticed me because it's got Canadian geese on it. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty cover. It's called Small Beauty. No idea. Gonna check that one out. Again, not too long, so I should be able to crush that before I have to give it back. Also got Mitch Albom's, you probably saw the other one I got there, The Little Liar. I picked this one up because whenever I go to the actual bookstore, this is always on the popular shelf, like these are our best selling books here. This is always on there, or it has been for the last 6 months or so. So, again, not too long. So I try to get books that I think I can realistically crush in 1 month. And I did grab 4, right? So, and I've got a whole bunch of books I still own that, you know what I mean? So, I want to try and keep it as realistic as possible. And the other one that I got is Britney Spears' The Woman in Me. Now, this is one that I'm actually really excited to read. I read the first chapter when I got home, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. Britney Spears, I think at first I was like, oh, this should be like a fun, juicy sort of ride, but I think it's actually going to be quite sad. I read the first chapter, and I'm already like, oh, that's sad. So anyways, but I love sad stuff, so I'm probably going to love that. So that was my library haul. Really pumped on this little haul. So again, the game plan is I'm going to go to a new library every month. I'll try to show you the library, kind of like I just did there. We'll do a little tour, and I'll show you what I get. And then throughout the month, I'm going to read these, review them, take them back. And that's going to be the new me. So yeah, otherwise, the only other thing I had to tell you is I finished Us Against You, book 2 in the Beartown trilogy. Again, I'm not sure if The Winners is the last one. I'm fairly certain that it is, though, so I'm going to say trilogy. This was fantastic. Such a great follow-up. I loved everything about it. It just picked up right from where Beartown left off, which I really appreciated because I didn't really want like a huge jump in time. I was worried that it was going to be like 10 years later in Beartown or 20 years later in Beartown. Not the case. We're just kind of picking up with these characters, and the whole story I thought was really interesting, really good. A lot of politics involved in this one. A lot of kind of gang sort of related stuff, sort of, you know what I mean? And I didn't realize that this book was translated from Swedish the first time I read it. And so there were a few things I was like, oh, that's interesting that they're calling it that. That just must be, I don't know, like Kronar and there's also other kind of like little language things and little quips like that I don't think any Canadian or American would regularly say that they do say in this. And it makes a lot more sense when you realize it's translated from Swedish. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. This is really fantastic book. Truly loving that. I love that one. And I got into The Winners, which is book 3. Where I'm here. I'm on chapter 16. I'm only about 100 pages into The Winners. The Winners is so much longer. This is about almost twice as long as Beartown, I want to say. It's much thicker, and I'm happy about that. This is the final one, so I'm not in a hurry to leave these guys, you know what I mean? I'm definitely not in a hurry to get away from them, so I'm totally cool with this being a longer one. It's going to take me probably till the end of the month to get through, although maybe it'll take me a few days. I don't know. It depends how sucked into the story I'm going to get, and I'm already quite in there. I'm like, who is this Mateo guy? You know what I mean? Anyway, The Winners, fantastic so far. I can tell this is going to be a fantastic end to the trilogy already, and yeah, again, Beartown. If you haven't read Beartown and you're just looking for a truly fantastic set of books, I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't know if this makes a whole lot of sense. Hopefully it does, but to me, it's almost kind of like, I'm not a big TV show guy. I don't really watch a lot of TV shows, but I remember when the OC came out in the early 2000s, it's one of the few TV shows that I just got hooked into because of the characters and the quirkiness and just kind of the environment, and I was just right into it. And not that the Beartown is like the OC, but I'm kind of getting similar sort of attachments that I had to the OC, you know what I mean? With the characters and with the setting and with everything. It's just kind of pulling me in a similar way that the OC did. So, maybe if you like the OC, check out Beartown. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, Beartown, fantastic. Loving it so much. And I think that is going to wrap up week 9 of books being sick. Here we are. Look, we're doing it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you want to like and subscribe. Oh, I said like. Just subscribe. Don't worry about liking. If you want to subscribe. I hate that. Okay, so anyways, that is going to do it. Bye.